we welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen. And you may notice when we get through the Hawaii starting rotation that it will feature a sophomore and 2 freshmen on the floor here on night 2 of the 2016 season. Kansas State with an opening win against Arizona, serving first, but Hawaii scoring first on the slide to the junior Emily Maglio, coming off of a 12-kill, hitting .265% performance last night in a 4-set loss to Wisconsin.
Great pass that time by the freshman Emma Smith out of Miracosta High School, allowed Taylor Higgins to run the play.
So Maglio with the serve. Kansas State goes on the offensive, and the slide to Reininger. Katie Reininger is dug up. Now the swing by McKenna Granado sends it long, and that's a point for the Wildcats getting off the schneid. So K-State coming in out of the Big 12. A team that went 17-12 last year, finished tied in the conference for 4th place. Their best finish in the Big 12 since 2011. And now Kylie Zumock with the serve. The pass by Calais Greeley. High and away, set to Granado, and she put a little extra oomph into that one. And it's a point for the Rainbow Wahine.
I think Hawaii really needs Granado to hit in positive numbers tonight. Last night, more errors than kills. I think she's set for a big night. She gets in system, gets some one-on-one situations. There, that time, she faced 2 blockers. The play before that, she plays 2 blockers as well. We'll see how that goes.
Served by Taylor Higgins, the senior, getting the start tonight. And there is Reininger finding the floor. 6'1" senior from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Actually began her collegiate career in California at St. Mary's, and all Big 12's 2nd team selection a year ago. Kendra Kelsch now inserted into the match in the front row. And Kirsten Kober, the libero, with the serve. Hawaii's libero Kahakai with the pass. Chance now here for the Wildcats. Back bump set goes to Brooke Sasson, and she misses the playing surface for a Hawaii point. And in comes last night's workhorse for the Rainbow Wahine, the true freshman, 6'2" from Lafayette, California, Kirsten Sibley. 43 swings last night. Unbelievable.
She used up all the ice last night to get her shoulder.
Step out, that goes to Macy Flowers, and that'll be a point for Kansas State, 6'3" sophomore from Cheney, Kansas. Yeah, Kirsten Sibley was a story. 13 kills, again, on those 44 attempts, had 8 errors, hit 114, but she seemed to have a connection with the freshman setter Noreen Iacia, who got inserted into the match in the 3rd set. They're both roommates, as Natasha Burns pulls off the paintbrush, but it's good enough for a Rainbow Wahine score.
Kill is a kill is a kill, even a paintbrush.
It's the same in the book. Kahakai with the serve. Right side set, that's Sasson. Dug up back over the net by Kahakai. It'll be played by Kansas State. Sasson again from the opposite position. Diving save, Kelch. Setup goes to Sibley. Into the twine it goes. So a little seesaw battle here early on in the opening set.
Watch Kendra Kelch come in from the off attacker side, pop that ball up. Sibley should have got high hands there instead of low net.
Kelch making the transition, obviously filling in some of the gaps left by some very felt vacancies due to injury on this Rainbow Wahine squad. Sasson trying to track it down, gets it back over the net. Free chance here for Hawaii. Higgins goes backside to Kelch, and that's dug up by Kober. Right side set, and it's pushed over by Vogel. And Hawaii now on the attack. Set goes to Sibley. She puts it down. Rainbow Wahine jump back up. 2 of the best liberos in the game on the floor here tonight. Kirsten Kober, 5'7" senior for Kansas State from Southlake, Texas. A career-high 500 digs last year, the 7th most in a single season in K-State history, as Emma Smith serves it. And, of course, Savannah Kahakai, who last night tied her career high with 23 digs against Wisconsin. We could be here a while with the way those two will be playing, as Sibley gets roofed. Good job there by Brenna Vogel and company.
And this Kansas State team's block is for real. They had 14 blocks against Arizona last night. Big reason why they won.
So 5 serving 5. And that one just trickles over the net by Macy Flowers. Sibley another swing. Dug up by Sasson. Outside the set goes to Zumak, and she's able to tool the block to her advantage. Kansas State, they're expecting this to be a payoff year, so to speak. 11 returning letter winners, including all 6 starters and their starting libero from a year ago.
They returned 98% of their kills and 99% of their digs. How about that?
Team that made it to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd straight year last year. Here's Maglio on the step out. Rattled around and somehow returned. Great effort by Zuma. Maglio a second time. No return in that one. And we're tied again. Look at that effort by Kylie Zumak.
I mean, Higgins and Magda really connecting well here in the first part of this set. Hawaii knows how important this match is to go against a Kansas State team that's very good, that digs a lot of balls, averaged almost 18 digs per set last year.
Chloe Greeley with the serve. Backside, the set goes to Brenna Vogel, and boy, she put some emphasis on that one. 7 kills on 22 swings, hit 136 last night in the 4-set victory over Arizona.
Good right side swing, block was split. Important for Hawaii to get a nice tight block tonight against this fast attack by Kansas State.
Vogel with the serve. Outside set goes to Granado, and the block was up. Katie Brand getting the gist of that one, the setter from Green Island, Nebraska.
And she shows why she's got All-American credentials. 2 times she's been an All-American for Kansas State.
Again, Vogel with the serve. Smith with the pass, tight to the net. And pushed over on the second touch that time by Taylor Higgins. So good heads-up play by the senior setter. See what Taylor Higgins did last season, was 3rd in the Big West Conference in assist average. Also 3rd in the Big West in aces per set. Step out, and that's Reininger blocked back. K-State now goes to the outside, and it's put down by Kylie Zuma.
Well, that's a fast set to the outside. That tempo was very quick. Tough for Hawaii's block to form there. Zumak again. Look how fast that ball, low trajectory, goes to the outside, block can't form. Zumak makes Hawaii pay.
And it will be Zumak to serve. And it's an ace. The ole by both Emma Smith and Calais Greeley. One of those I got it, you got it, nobody gets it type of deals. And this is the largest lead of this opening stanza here for Kansas State.
Zumak, freshman of the year in 2014, had a knee injury last year, 2 matches into the season, and sat out the whole season.
Pass by Smith. Set goes outside. Granado, the double block up. Kahakai the save. Middle set Burns. Little joust at the net. Now K-State with it. Back bump set goes to Sasson down the line. Right there was Emma Smith. Nicely done. Higgins outside to Granado. Diving save in the back row by Cover, but to no avail.
Smart shot that time by McKenna Granado. Just hitting a high spinner into the area 5, the deep corner, over the block. Had she hit it hard into the, low on the net, low seam, she would have been stuffed for sure. So that was a smart play by McKenna.
So 8 serving 10, here's Higgs. Forces an overpass, it was tight to the net. Hawaii now in control. Granado again down the line, missed it wide. And a point for Kansas State. Rainbow Wahine, again, just a reminder, playing without the services of All-American Nikki Taylor, also Annie Mitchum, one of their starting middles. Calais Greeley, not 100%. After undergoing shoulder surgery about 9 months ago. As that serve goes into the net by Cover. Last night, opening the season with a 4-set loss to Wisconsin, but it was a strange type of match because Hawaii trying some different formations due to the injuries to try to cover up some passing deficiencies. In the first 2 sets, it didn't quite work. And lopsided scores in both sets 1 and 2, 25-16 apiece. But then they made some changes to sort of go back to the traditional look. They inserted some of the freshmen. And they won set 3, 26-24, and almost pushed that one to a 5th and decisive set as Natasha Burns was one of those freshmen, the 6'5" redshirt frosh from Canada, providing a spark last night for Hawaii. So for a 4-set opening night defeat, there sure was a lot of encouragement extracted from it.
No question about it. You know, a lot of the prognosticators thought it's going to be 3-0 Wisconsin, and that certainly did not come true as Hawaii pulled it together in the third and fourth sets.
Here's Sasson, goes up over the block, down the line, missed it long. And so we're knotted again at 11. We have been inching along here in this opening set. This is the 7th time we've been tied already.
Here we go now, come on.
Here comes the challenge. I think it's a good challenge. That ball's in.
Again, we are playing under the challenge review system here this weekend for the Hawaii matches. And Susie Fritz, the 16th year head coach for Kansas State, going to be challenging this one. Denise Hansen tasked with the replay duties. So the referee 2, or the referee on the floor, when there is a challenge, they are the ones who check the replay monitor, and sure looks like a smart challenge by Susie Fritz, at least from that angle. And you can challenge very specific calls, in and out obviously, last touch, net violation, and foot fouls. And we saw this utilized certainly last night in the Wisconsin-Hawaii match, and our first challenge here this evening between Hawaii and Kansas State. 3 challenges per side. There is no reward or punishment regarding the call, depending on which way it goes. It's just 3 straight challenges per match each side. And they're going to rule that one in. So a reversal of the call, and it belongs to Kansas State with the point. Dave Shoji not happy about that one. I don't think you can go over the top though on the challenge, right? You can't challenge a challenge. So once again, reiteration of the call. Dixon Chung, the referee, 1 up on top of the ladder. Again, Denise Hansen down on the floor. The line judges Ryan Scudder and Darren Chung. Dave Shoji in his 42nd season, not happy with the reversal, but it certainly looked like the correct call from our vantage point. So we return to action. And there will be no challenge necessary for that one. That was well out. Katie Brand putting a little too much into that one. So now Savannah Kahakai will serve. Again, tied a career high with 23 digs last night against Wisconsin. 3rd time in her career she's hit that mark. Middle set, that's Flowers blocked back. Bumped up, and Maglio trying to take advantage, unable to do so. Right side, here's Sasson off the fingertips. Good cover by Kahakai. Now Mags in the middle, finds the corner.
Kahakai played a very difficult ball there. Spinning. Most passers would have put that up by the 10-foot line. Kahakai puts it right in the money where Higgins can set Maglio for a quick set in the middle.
Good start for Mags. 3 kills on 5 swings, no errors. Here's Sasson again, the block getting the touch for Hawaii. Right side, here's Kelsch, the big windup, and Hawaii jumps ahead.
Again, Kahakai at the beginning of that, she made the first contact. Higgins finished with a great set to Kelsch, and Kelsch playing a lot of right side this week in practice and looked good in practice, trying to imitate the best she could of Nikki Taylor.
Just an amazing story when you think about it. As Sasson takes a swing from off the net, the dig by Granado. Kahakai sets up Sibley, the 10th, and that one will be kept alive by Kansas State. Right there is Higgins, but a net violation called against Hawaii. So it'll be a K-State point.
It was on Maglio, I believe. Looked to me like she was running away from the play. It wasn't part of the play, but it's not a net violation if you hit the net, and it's not part of the play.
Sasson will serve. 13 serving 13. Tightly contested first half of this opening set. Kirsten Sibley, though, breaks the tie, and Hawaii jumps ahead. Kirsten Sibley, I mean, what a welcome to the program. A true freshman. You're put out there in front of what ended up being close to 6,000 people here at the Stein Sheriff Center on opening night.
And she has 43 swings.
I mean, unreal.
Unbelievable.
Emma Smith with the serve. Outside, it goes to Zumak. Played off the ricochet by Smith. Now Maglio in the middle. Punched up in the air by Sasson, but it falls to the floor, and Hawaii reaches 15 first. So the Rainbow Wahine off to a better start here on night 2 of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris?
Keys are easy tonight. It's the 2 liberos, Kober and Kahakai. Kober with 32 digs last year against the University of Kansas, 500 digs in 2015. Kahakai, 23 digs last night, on track to All-American status. How they control the passing and the back row defense will determine the outcome of this match.
They should play this match in a mine shaft. There's going to be so much digging tonight. There's one right there by Kahakai. Here's Sibley. Dug up by Brand, but she's going to send a two-hander over. Chance for Hawaii. Higgins goes step out to Maglio. Didn't get all of it. The dig by Brand. Back bump set goes to Zumak, and she puts an end to that sequence. Zumak has looked good. Pay no attention to that hefty knee brace on her left side. That's her 3rd kill on her 5th swing.
Zumak had to sit out all of last year with knee surgery.
Yeah, played just 7 sets, in fact, before suffering that season-ending injury.
Exactly. Was freshman of the year before in the Big 12 conference. Made all Big 12 first team. Was also an All-American honorable mention in 2014. So she had a huge freshman year and then had that devastating injury 7 games in.
First Big 12 freshman of the year in Kansas State history. Set the Kansas State freshman mark for kills. And now she's back. So things looking up, obviously, for Susie Fritz's program. Overpass thanks to the Greeley serve. Granado took something off. Dug up by Brand. Kober bump sets it. Zumak is blocked. Diving layout to keep it alive, though. Chance now for Hawaii. Higgins, step out. Mags. The block was late, but got enough on the touch. So Brand goes backside. Vogel blocked. These are some of the long rallies we were talking about and expecting between these two very defensive teams. But Maglio able to finally put it down on the roof.
It took a lot of first set to get Hawaii's first block. Unlike last night, they had a lot of blocks last night throughout the match. Was Maglio getting most of it and the celebration.
Timeout taken by K-State. Hawaii by 3 in the first.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Night 2 of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. Season opening tourney for the Rainbow Wahine. They lead by 3 here against Kansas State. Make it 4 as McKenna Granado says return to sender.
Yeah, that was a great step-out move. And Katie Brand just that quick set to the antenna. But Granado just a better block. So Katie Brand can really set a fast offense. Love her tempo and location.
18-14, the touch by Reininger, diving save Greeley. Great effort to keep this sequence going. Advantage Wildcats, though. And from the right side, it's Vogel, pinballed around on the Hawaii side, only momentarily. What do you think about the Hawaii effort here in this opening set, coming off of what we saw last night?
I'm impressed because it's a new lineup. You know, they've got this is their their 3rd or 4th different lineup in 2 nights. So I love the way they're making the adjustments.
Then Vogel with the serve, and it sails long. So Hawaii gets a freebie there.
The 2 stable things that are there, really passing in 3 rotations and Kahakai passing in 6 rotations. That's lent some stability to the passing formation.
Hawaii hitting .219 here in this opening set compared to .200 for Kansas State. And there seems to be some confusion here on a prospective substitution for Hawaii, and because of that, a delay of game essentially. It's turned over with a point to Kansas State.
Dave Shoji took a little bit too much time figuring out which substitute he was going to make, and so Savannah Kahakai got a whistle. Did not serve because she thought Dave Shoji was still making a substitution, and Very frustrating.
Well, the antenna's up regarding the rotation. We saw that bite Arizona in the opening match here tonight against Wisconsin. As you see Granado taking the big cut. Kansas State goes outside to Sasson. Diving save, Kahakai. Can anybody get her back? No. And it's a point for the Wildcats. But yeah, Arizona had Wisconsin in the opening set down 24-23. It ended up becoming a tied set at 24-24, and then Arizona got buzzed for a violation in their rotation, and so Wisconsin goes up 25-24. They win the first, they win the second, 26-24 again, and then go on to sweep against Arizona. So it plays into these matches considerably, and perhaps that's in the air here tonight.
Well, this is Dave Rubio's 25th year, not his first circus, okay? Dave showed you 42nd year. You don't expect this to happen from two guys that are that veteran, but you know what? This is the second game of the year, and you're going to have mistakes. People are not going to be going to the right spots. There's going to be overlaps out of rotation. It's just going to happen no matter how long you've been coaching.
So many new faces for Hawaii, too. Players playing in different positions, so add that to the complications. The series record, by the way, sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. This is the 6th time that these two programs have met up. Hawaii has won each of the previous meetings, the last one coming August 28th in 2010. Home sweep for the Rainbow Wahine.
Hawaii would like nothing more than to add to their wins over Kansas State. This is a very, very good Kansas State team, picked for 6th in the Big 12, but I think they're better than that. I think they'll finish higher. They've got a history of going to the NC2As the last 4 years. So they're a high-quality team with a great center and a great libero.
Big shocker, Texas was preseason picked to win the Big 12 for the 6th straight year. In case you were wondering. Higgs going middle to Burns, caught it fat, sends it long. Natasha Burns, she made quite the first impression last night as well. 4 kills on 9 attempts, just 1 error, hit .333 for the match. Also had 4 blocks, including a block solo against Wisconsin, and didn't enter into the match until the 3rd set, as that outserve ends the K-State run.
Good get away from the ball shot that time by Emma Smith.
So here is Higgs now to serve. She can score from the service line. Took a little something off there. Outside set goes to Sasson, pushed it down the line. The save by Higgins. So Kelsch against the double block. Plugs it right between the arms.
This is what Kelsch has been doing for the last 2 weeks in camp. Looking a lot like Nikki Taylor on that right side when she's hitting in the front row. No one's been able to hit out of the back row like Nikki Taylor, except for Maglio. Maglio looked pretty good the last couple of days of practice, hitting out of the pipe, hitting the D-ball. But right now, Hawaii does not have that back row attack presence without Nikki Taylor.
Nor just the overall terminator that Nikki Taylor has developed to be in her Hawaii career.
And we're getting so spoiled by Nikki Taylor. You know, all long rallies used to be, they just end with Nikki Taylor drilling the ball down on the opponent's side of the floor. And now Hawaii's having to work a little bit harder. They're having to swing more times to get a point.
Let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3. Hawaii single game total blocks, the record by the great Suzanne Egge in 1986 against Long Beach State with 20. Deidre Collins and how about the Mauian, Sia Goods, tied for 2nd with 17. Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kono. Well, Savannah Kahakai definitely taking charge of the back row and being a much more vocal leader, including during the timeout. She's continued to encourage her team. One of the biggest adjustments that Hawaii has made with Kahakai going into the season is moving her from the left back to the middle back. Kahakai now is patrolling the middle back position, which in years previously was held by the outside hitters. Hawaii doing a switch and now moving Kahakai in the middle back to pick up a lot more balls, and it's certainly paying off with her already getting 5 digs in just this first set. Back to you guys.
Savannah Kahakai started all 31 matches at libero last year, played 107 of 109 sets, in all Big West Conference honorable mention. She was tagged by Dave Shoji as having the ability to become one of the premier liberos in the country, and she has now realized that potential. And that's an ace, realized by Taylor Higgins.
So Hawaii's two centers, not counting Kell, she's down hitting, but Iosia and Taylor Higgins can really bring it from behind the service line with their jump serves. That was in one example.
22 serving 18. Pass by Vogel. Step out, goes to Reininger. Diving save, Kahakai. Like she knew we were talking about her. And then the finishing up of the sequence, courtesy McKenna Granado.
How about that dig by Kahakai? Dig number 6 here. And I'll tell you, if you get 3 to 4 digs per set, it's good. She's now got double that.
And a 4-0 rainbow run puts Hawaii up 23-18 here in this opening set against a very good Kansas State squad, by the way. Pass by Colbert. And a nice looking play there on the dump shot by Katie Brand. Senior experience looming large there.
Brand actually tried that dump shot 8 times last night. Was only successful on 3, hit negative, had 5 errors. Tonight she's perfect.
19 serving 23. Granado the first touch. Higgins has to bump set it to her. And that is dug up by Zuma. Step out. That goes to Flowers. Diving save. Hawaii keeps it alive. Here's Granado through the double block and down. McKenna Granado showing some life, Chris. She's got 4 kills on 11 attempts.
Good set from Higgins. Granado does a nice turn. Hits it inside the block and down. McKenna Granado starting to turn it around now. 3 kills, 3 errors.
Aloha ball here in the first for Hawaii. Outside, it's Sasson. Denied access. Kendra Kelch next to Natasha Burns. And looky here, Hawaii takes set 1 on night 2 of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. Second stanza coming up on the other side.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Strong and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii taking the opening set against Kansas State 25-19, and Chris, McKenna Granado played a huge role in that one.
Got off to a slow start, had 3 errors, but then he turned it around again, that big block there. He's also got 4 digs. Hits on the right side, gets another kill. So she's got 4 kills and 3 errors and 12 tries, getting better as the match goes on. And more importantly, 4 digs, only number 2 behind, who else? Savannah Kahakai with 6 digs.
Hey, if you need tickets to an upcoming UH contest, visit HawaiiAthletics.com, call 944-BOWS, or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. Prior to the match, we were talking with some of the Hawaii coaches, and Jeff Hall, who was the acting head coach while Dave Shoji was down in Rio through training camp, he said, this is important. Why the importance of this nearly second match of the season?
Well, I think that Jeff realizes that Hawaii needs to have a contingency plan. They can't just rely on winning the conference to get into the NC2As. They've got to have a good September in all these tournaments and winning at least the matches against the non-ranked teams and hopefully get an upset over the ranked teams. And they cannot afford to lose to the non-ranked teams and the teams that are not even receiving votes.
Yeah, you're talking about RPI, right? And that obviously plays a huge role in the selection process for the NCAA tournament. A loss to Wisconsin, 4th-ranked team in the country, not necessarily going to hurt you. Losses against unranked teams, those could hurt you. And a great way to start this second set as Taylor Higgins busts out the ace card for the second time in the match. And another tough one. Handcuffed Sasson, but it's returned. Nifty play there by Zuma. And Hawaii with sort of a half-hearted effort from Granado, but hey, things are looking up for McKenna Granado. She now has a team-high 5 kills.
How about Burns, the middle blocker, setting someone who's on their knees? Go figure. Only middle blockers can come up with that. Here's the set, but there's no... Granato's underneath. She had to recover, come up, hit a nice little soft spinner to area 5-6, and she gets the kill.
Pass by Kober. Outside set goes to Zumock by the double block. Right there was Calais Greeley. And nobody there on the Higgins bump set. So chance here for K-State. They go outside again. Zumock dug up by Kahakai. Higgins right side. Kelsch's block. Kahakai the cover. Here's Granato from off the net. Got a piece of the fingertips. Zumock a third time. Palms it over. Burns then touches it over on the second hit. The dump shot is sniffed out by Kahakai. Granato the big swing blocked and roofed.
There's the long rally we were talking about. We were expecting to see more of those tonight. But Hawaii's gotten the better of Kansas State, at least on the first set. And here's a great block. Kai really goes down hard right there. I'll tell you, she's one tough cookie. In high school at Farrington and Maryknoll, 2 years at each school. I think she played like every position. Quite an athlete.
First team All-State at Farrington as a senior, was also recruited by Navy and Ohio. And yeah, I mean, she is the definition of the blue-collar player, right?
And only the second scholarship libero in UH history.
Certainly worthy of it. Natasha Burns, worthy of some acknowledgement after she put the burn on that set.
Burns starting to connect well with both setters, not only connecting with Eosia, but also connecting with Taylor Higgins.
Serve by Granato goes long, so a point for Kansas State. But how vital is the development of Natasha Burns? Obviously here in the early goings with the injury to Annie Mitchum, the broken left pinky finger. But to have some depth at that position and Natasha Burns to be gaining some of these experience points, how vital is that for Hawaii going forward?
Oh, it's huge. I'll tell you, if she comes along, you know, strongly enough and becomes a really good middle blocker, it could give Dave Shoji the opportunity to put Annie Mitchum on the outside, which would be giant.
Zumock blocked, but it goes out, and we were seeing the libero duel that we hyped up in the pregame, including one of the very best that we have seen throughout this tournament from Savannah Kahakai, the one-handed save in the back row. 3 serving 3. Kahakai with the first touch. Higgins goes right side. Kelsch. And she goes off the block and out. Kendra Kelsch already starting to show some growth there, playing the block to her advantage. An incredible story when you think that she is, you know, a setter.
She's the backup setter, only playing when the game is in the 20s and she's going for blocking purposes.
Mags in the middle, dug up by Kober, nicely done. Here's Zumock, blocked and roof. Kendra Kelsch for blocking purposes.
She got good at it the last couple of years, and she's bringing those skills to play tonight. Great dig by Kober on the other side of the net, though. Kober keep that rally alive.
Bump set goes out to Zumock, had the time to jump, and she did so thoroughly. Point for Kansas State.
Zumock knows how to swing even a high ball like that. Played for her mom in club volleyball, and played in 4th grade, I think, and in 11th and 12th grade.
Serve goes into the net, though. So it goes back to Hawaii. And Emma Smith checks back in for Kendra Kelsch. So the makeshift rotations and substitution patterns we're seeing, at least in the first 2 sets tonight. Dave Shoji and company perhaps finding a little something. We're definitely a little bit more of a rhythmic substitution pattern here on night 2.
Exactly, and it's also traditional lineup as opposed to the non-traditional lineups he ran last night in the first 2 sets.
The dink by Vogel, diving save Granato, played off the net by Higgins and sent back over. Outside, big swing by Sasson. And she got McKenna Granato in the grill.
What a swing. Sasson just unloads right here. Granato takes it right in the cheek, knocks her down. What a shot.
And Macy Flowers now to serve. Hawaii leading by 1. Step out Maglio. Dug up over the net by Brand. Hawaii will try it again. Maglio in the middle, blocked back, saved by Kahakai. Brand goes right side. Vogel, the block was laid, dug up by Kahakai. Granato hits it into the net, and that ends an otherwise magnificent effort by the Hawaii defense, particularly number 15 in the white jersey.
Kahakai loves playing that back middle spot. It's like playing center field. She can just roam freely back there.
There she is again on service receive. Maglio the dink. Good cover there by Vogel. Outside, here's Sasson going off the hands and out. And all of a sudden, the Wildcats jump in front by a point. It's 7 serving 6.
I'll tell you, Katie Brand sets the ball so fast to the pins. I love her tempo, love her location. She's giving her hitters some one-on-one opportunities.
3-0 run by Kansas State. Good dig in the back row by Flowers. That's a middle hitter doing that. And it winds up another point off of the Sasson swing. And Kansas State up 2, and that prompts Dave Shoji to signal a timeout. So the Wildcats showing some fight here in set number 2. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Time to go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 4 is the number. That's the number of Kansas State players with 300-plus digs in 2015. Kober, Brand, Vogel, Sasson, all back with this year's team. First time in program history that 4 players had at least 300 digs. But it's because of that kind of effort. And Vogel with the dink. How about the effort by Granato to keep it going? Greeley with the swing, and Chris McLaughlin. That is kill number 1 in 2016 for Calais Greeley.
What is she doing playing in the front row? Oh, I know why. Dave Shoji's trying to sneak her through at least once so that he doesn't run out of substitutes at the end of the game. Only allowed 15, and he knows that it's going to run right up to the number unless he sneaks somebody through.
This is Vogel in the middle. Right there is Granato. Maglio the dink, but Katie Brand able to keep it going. Now Sasson on the outside. Dug up by Kahakai. Outside it goes to Granato. And that's going to be a kill for McKenna Granato, and we have tied this one up here in the second set. Third tie here in set number 2. Here's another look at Granato getting kill number 6. That's tops for Hawaii. Serves by Greeley. Set outside Sasson with no blockers up. But she pumped it long. Opportunity missed there by Brooke Sasson, the 6-foot senior from San Antonio.
All Big 12 in 2015. Led the team in kills, total attempts, and points in 2015. Rare for her to make an error like that.
So Hawaii back in front, 9 serving 8. The floater by Greeley. Pass by Devin Fairfield, newly inserted. And there is the Brooke Sasson that is more familiar to Wildcats fans. Puts it down in the middle of the floor, and we're tied at 9. This has been a pretty competitive match here so far. We trudge along in what has been seesaw-like. Now Brenna Vogel to serve. Granato is blocked and roofed. Katie Reininger in the middle. Tops on the team last year with 106 total blocks. Showing why right there.
So blocked by Reininger. Nowhere to go for McKenna Granato. She was in the veritable closet, a very dark closet.
And that one goes long from Vogel. So, surprise, surprise, we're tied again.
Who's the server, please? Who's the server? Emily!
Dave Shoji again working the substitutions. Natasha Burns comes in, and Emily Maglio will serve. Maglio, who has become now the de facto focal point for this Hawaii offense as the dink works for Kansas State. But with the injuries to Nikki Taylor and Annie Mitchum, Emily Maglio now becomes truly the X factor for this Rainbow Wahine squad.
It really does, in so many ways. Not just blocking, which she's very good at, but also in running that slide, 31, the quick set right in front of the setter.
Zumock is dug up by Kahakai. Outside, here's Granado, the dink. Zumock pumps it up in the air. Down the line it goes, but wide. As Brand tried to get Hawaii off guard, it'll be close enough to draw a challenge from Susie Fritz. So Denise Hansen will take another look at this one. Katie Brand's reaction was instant. See if we can tell here.
Oh, that's out. That's out. I think the lines person got that right. Yep, definitely out.
Awfully close, certainly, but not sure if there's enough there to reverse that. Challenge review system utilized pretty frequently already here through not even 2 full nights of the 2016 season. The Big West Conference, one of the conferences being used as experimentation for the challenge review system.
And it's very different than the international challenge system, to be sure that everybody's been watching the last couple of weeks at the Olympics, where coaches can get unlimited challenges as long as they're correct.
Another dramatic moment of truth. And they will reverse it. It's called in, and it's a point for Kansas State. So Susie Fritz.
I wonder if the official had a different replay than we did. That sure looked out.
Was it now 2 for 2 for Susie Fritz here in challenges tonight? It's 12 serving 10. Outside, here's Granado off the fingertips. Right there is Kober. Set goes to Zumock. Down the line and in. And all of a sudden, the Wildcats with a little bit of distance here towards the middle point of this second set.
Timing Zumock now with her 6th kill, just going over the block and down the line, finding an open area in the court, catching Taylor Higgins sneaking up there a little bit.
5 kills for Zumock. She had 8 kills on 23 swings last night in the win over Arizona. It is 13 serving 10. The crowd sitting on its hands for a good portion of this second set, making some noise here, trying to urge the home team on. Higgins goes high and away. Granado, big jump by the Punahou alum. It pays off with another kill. She's got 7.
Granado, Star Advertiser Player of the Year in 2014. 2014 also the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Hawaii. That's a big honor. Won the state championship in 2012, 2014. So she knows how to play in big big matches, that's for sure.
Higgins into the net. Yeah, you mentioned the Gatorade State Player of the Year. That puts something into perspective. I don't know if we were able to touch on it last night for Wisconsin, but the Wisconsin Badgers come in the number 4 ranked team in the country. And what do they have, 5 Gatorade State Players of the Year on their roster?
And the 13th ranked recruiting class in the country.
Here's Kelsch going high hands, punched up in the air by Vogel. And then palmed over. Chance now for Hawaii. Oh, the set a little low in the middle. So they play patty cake at the net. Free ball coming now for the Wildcats. Brand goes outside, and it is pumped down by Zumock. And Kansas State has a little something going here in the second. 15-11. You're starting to see a change in the body language of the Wildcats. The serve, though, goes long. That is already the 8th service error by our count for Kansas State.
Must be the air currents.
Somebody closed the door. Granado with the serve. 12 serving 15, forces the overpass. With a joust at the net. And now it's Zumock rolling it over. Kelsch going high hands and down. Kendra Kelsch finding it. She's got 4 kills.
Now Kelsch has been going line. All of a sudden she had a little bit of an inside set there and was smart enough to go cross court. Hit some high hands. Got a piece of the block. And then got a piece of the back row digger and ends up getting the kill.
Step out. This is Flowers. Off the block and down. Macy Flowers. Both her parents are Kansas State alums. She's coming off of a season where she was an all Big 12 freshman team selection, despite the fact that she missed the first 14 matches of the year due to injury. Kelsch takes on the setting responsibilities. Free chance here for Kansas State. Passing breaking down a little bit for Hawaii here in the second. Diving save, Kahakai. That was a beauty. Jousted the net, kept alive by Higgs. So Kelsch with the natural position. Sets outside to Greeley. What is this, 2015?
Greeley being stuck to the front again. Maybe Dave shows he's going to let her play all 6 rotations the rest of the night. Who knows?
Oh, that serve misses the end line by several inches. Yeah, Calais Greeley, remember, she is about 9 months post-op on shoulder surgery. And you're familiar with that brand of surgery. Your son Spencer had to go through the same ordeal. And it takes a while.
It took him about 16 months.
Kelsch blocked and roofed. That one sent right back into her by Brooke Sasson.
Dave shows you that one timeout left. I'm very surprised we didn't use it very quickly.
Hawaii hitting a lull here in the middle portion of this second set. And again, the service receiving has broken down a bit. Calais Greeley. Not 100% certainly. We saw last year when she was at full strength what she could do in pulverizing some of those sets, and you see her still trying to loosen up that shoulder, but she's such a smart player that she still finds the opening on the floor.
She's slicing and dicing and getting it about 75–80% and just getting the job done.
We playing with fire here, though, with regard to Calais Greeley. As we see Noreen Iosia enter into the match.
I'll tell you, Hawaii's lucky enough to have one of the best trainers in the country in Renee Sugimura, and she knows exactly what Calais can and cannot do, and she won't let Dave Shoji put Calais into any sort of adverse circumstances, to be sure.
15 serving 18. Tough first pass by Fairfield. Chance for Hawaii. Iosia with her first time touching the ball goes to Greeley, who's blocked. Tried to dink it past that proposed double block, but Macy Flowers at 6'3" was all over it, and it's a point for Kansas State. So Dave Shoji decided to go to the freshman from Torrance, California at setter. Made a huge splash last night, 22 assists, entering the match in the third set. Had 3 kills, served an ace her first time serving in the match, and also had a couple of blocks, including a block solo in the loss to Wisconsin.
Dave Shoji's now challenging the last play. I think he thinks that the blockers might have committed a net violation. Watch the hands on the blockers, and we'll see. Oh, yes. Big-time violation. That's an easy one for the officials to get.
Yeah, Denise Hansen quickly takes the headset off. And it was a net violation, and Dave Shoji with the little smile, using the green card to his advantage. So Hawaii gets the point. And Emma Smith, 5'8" freshman from Manhattan Beach, California, with the serve. A good one. Vogel from the right side off the block and down. Brenna Vogel, 6-foot junior from Clearwater, Kansas, playing all 6 rotations. Last season was the first time she did that in her volleyball career.
Wants to be a zoo owner. How about that? Something you always wanted to do.
Oh, yes. Step out. Maglio. That's dug up by Brand. Bump set. Vogel from off the net. Blocked and roof. It was Greeley and Mags.
How often do you see that? Maglio will miss one, keep it in play, but it'll go to the other side, and then she'll make up for it by getting the next block, as she did right there.
17 serving 19. Hawaii trying to come from behind here in this second set. Pass by Devin Fairfield. Outside it goes to Sasson, and Iosia gets a touch on the block. Surveys the floor, goes middle to Maglio, dug up by Kober. Outside it's Sasson, has to push it down the line, missed the floor wide. but it's going to be overruled. The line judge had an out call. Dixon Chun, though, decides that that was in, and it's a point for Kansas State. And I wonder if Dave Shoji's finger is twitching on that green card right about now.
Probably is. I'd use it.
He will not. We play on. Iosia goes outside. Granado over a triple block. And she smokes one. This is the play previous to Granado kills. Take a look. Is it in or out? Ooh. It was ruled in. Chris McLaughlin make the call.
I thought it was out, but that's a tough call.
Are you green card in that one?
I will tell you this. Dixon Chun is closer to that call than the linesperson was.
Here's Sasson on the outside. Tried to go hard angle, missed it wide, and we got a 1-point set here in the second.
Sasson and Zumock getting all the sets. They got 42 of the 69 sets right now. Hit a lot of balls.
Claire Marie Anderson on the serve. The serving specialist for Hawaii. Outside, here's Sasson. Got a good swing on that one. And it shows with the kills. 10 kills now for Brooke Sasson. Started her college career at Mississippi State before transferring over to Kansas State. Was fourth in the Big 12 in kills per set last year. Had 16 double-doubles. Tickles the tape there, the pass by Kahakai. Outside, it's Granado off the block, or off the fingertips of the block. Outside, Zumock. And that deep corner for Hawaii has been exposed and exploited several times by K-State. Timeout taken by Dave Shoji. Kansas State by 3 in the second. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Kansas State with the edge here in set 2, closing in on a second set victory. Tonight's Jack Fact, though, starting senior setters galore. Yes, all 4 teams taking part in the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational this weekend have featured starting setters who are seniors, and you see the gaudy career assist numbers. Taylor Higgins did get the start for Hawaii last night and tonight, but she has given way here in the second set to Noreen Iosia, who sets up Burns in the middle, dug up by Kober, and a net violation called against Kansas State results in a point for Hawaii.
I think Reininger got caught up a minute there in the middle of that play. I'm not sure it was it was actually on a ball that was played. I think she was turning away from the net, but in either case, Hawaii's lucky to get the beneficiary of that net ball.
So here is Iosia, who, like Higgins, can score from the service line. Case in point.
Kanoa, all I can say is genius prognosticator. Kanika Shoji even likes it.
Timeout Kansas State. We'll keep it here. Noreen Iosia, who was drawing some oohs and ahs from her serve efforts last night against Wisconsin. And again, was part of that rally by Hawaii, able to, despite going down in lopsided fashion in the first 2 sets to the Badgers, rally and win a competitive third set, and even was on the brink of forcing what would have been an absolutely interesting and exciting 5th set if it had gotten there, but Wisconsin able to pull it out in 4.
You know what's interesting about the setting situation right now is Iosia's coming in. She got an ace, but the person she was taking the place of had 2 aces.
Yeah.
Tara Higgins, 2 aces preceding her.
Not a bad set of options there for Dave Shoji and this coaching staff. You go from Taylor Higgins, a senior setter. You saw some of the prolific numbers in accordance with the other senior setters in this tournament. A setter who can block, a setter who can serve and score from the service line, and you bring in, as the other option, Noreen Iosia, who can do all of those things as well.
Exactly. It's going to be quite a battle between those two, I think, all year long.
And you think that a battle like that, as opposed to being considered a controversy, it can be a positive thing?
Absolutely, because I think complacency can set in if you have the starting job all the time. You can become a little bit complacent. I like the battles.
Kirsten Sibley enter the match once again.
A little bit bigger block up front for Hawaii. 6'5" Burns, 6'2" Sibley, 6'1" Kelsch.
3 freshmen on the floor for Hawaii. Back-to-back aces from Noreen Iosia.
She can do that. Noreen Iosia getting some international experience in the Pacific Games, where they got gold, representing Samoa.
We are tied for the 6th time here in set 2. Right there is Kahakai with the dig. Iosia goes outside to Sibley, touches the tape, and then touches the floor. Hawaii jumps in front. And a timeout taken by Susie Fritz and Kansas State. Hawaii trailed 22-19. But thanks to a 6-2 and 4-0 run, they're back in front, 23-22, and this Stan Sheriff Center crowd sharing its enthusiasm and appreciation.
And Iosia and Sibley have ignited this crowd with their last plays, especially Iosia's serves. The fans, once again, a great crowd. I want to say last night was around 6,000. Tonight, probably about the same, around 6,000.
Largest lead for Kansas State in this second set, by the way, was 4. But Hawaii a couple of points away from going up a couple of sets. And remember last night when we suggested, based on what Dave Shoji told us, that maybe he'd take a step back this opening weekend, let the coaches that were here throughout training camp kind of take control. Well, so much for that, huh?
I told you, I thought it'd last about a game and a half, and then he'd just jump right back in the saddle.
Well, Hawaii was in need, down 3, 19 serving 22, I believe it was. They were in need of a spark, and Noreen Iosia providing not 1, but 2 sparks.
The second one was even more impressive because it was after a timeout. She wasn't in her rhythm. She was coming off the bench. Very difficult to serve jump serves, aces, coming after a timeout. We'll see what she does here. Maybe take a little bit off it, because this serve to keep in is very important. She's got good blockers up front who can get a point all by themselves. If you just force Kansas State to run their offense, we'll see what Iosia does.
Jeff Hall describing Noreen Iosia as having that, quote, factor. I think certainly based on what we've seen here the first 2 nights of the season, most would agree. Another great serve, and it winds up another ace.
She's taking the game over.
From the service line.
The young freshman. Wow. From Torrance, California, Redondo Union High School.
And all of a sudden, just like that, Hawaii is serving for the second set. That one tickled the tape. Outside it goes to Zuma through the block. And it goes down to the Terraflex.
Hawaii had 1 set point right there at 24-22. They have another set point here at 24-23. Hawaii's been scoring at about a 65% clip in siding out. So you got to like their chances with set point here.
Kirsten Kober with the serve, pass Greeley tight to the net. And we got a whistle. And it's going to go against Hawaii, so a point for Kansas State, and we are now tied at 24.
Yeah, that time Iosia had to go up and chase a very high pass that was right on top of the net. She became a back row blocker. Illegal play.
Served by Kober, and she delivers an ace at the most opportune time for the Wildcats.
Both coaches out of timeout. The only way Dave shows you can slow things down here is by substituting. He won't.
And now it's aloha ball for K-State here in the second. This has been a wild finish. Iosia goes high and away. Kelsch, and we play on, tied at 25. 5 kills on 10 swings, just 1 error to speak of for Kendra Kelsch. Looking like she's been doing this hitting thing at the University of Hawaii for a lot longer than just a week.
You know, she did some hitting in high school.
Sure.
But she did not do much hitting last year, I'll tell you that. Or the year before, when she's been at the University of Hawaii. It's been all setting.
So McKenna Granato, as the crowd hushes, sends it over. Forces a pass tight to the net. The dump shot misses wide out of the palm of Katie Brand. And it's once again a little ball for the Rainbow Wahine in the second.
Katie Brand normally very accurate. That time, not so much.
Third opportunity to close this set out for Hawaii. Pass by Sasson outside. It goes to Zuma. And that was a blasty blast from Kylie Zuma. 6'4", redshirt sophomore from Buffalo, Minnesota.
Brand's location so good and so fast is the tempo that Natasha Burns just can't get to the outside in time.
And we got a whistle. They'll redo that one. Brand may have gone a smidge early there. It's been a pretty entertaining match so far.
Very important. These next points are very important for both sides. Kansas State wants to go to the locker room 1-1. Hawaii wants to go in 2-0. Big difference.
We'll see a forced to bump set it to Kelsch from the floor, sends it over. Chance for the Wildcats outside. Zuma again puts it down. She has been virtually unstoppable here as of late. That's kill number 11.
She and Sasson are getting all the sets. They got 48 of the 77 sets have gone to those two outsides. Watch for it to go to them again if they need a point.
Brand to serve for set two. Topsy-turvy second set. Kelsch from the right side took something off. Advantage Wildcats. Outside, Zumach the dink. Now a chance for Hawaii. You'll see it. Goes backside to Kelsch through the block, dug up by Coburn. Brand again to Zumach. And that one sails into the Hawaii bench. No touch up front, and we're tied again.
Well, I think there was a touch. Touch them all.
She went big fly on that one. Casey Castillo now checking into the match for Hawaii, replacing Kendra Kelsch.
Great sub by Dave Shoja. Kelsch has been playing well, but what Dave Shoja wants right now is a block. She's still at 6'2" on the right side. She's going to try to shut down that left side.
Middle set goes to Vogel. The push shot dug up by Iosia. Bump set, Castillo. The roll shot right there is Coburn. Kansas State goes right side to Vogel. Hard angle in. That was a nifty looking swing there.
What a shot by Vogel. That was a terrific shot. Tough angle.
Good view of that angle right there. As Vogel, third on the team last year for Kansas State in kills and digs. Puts the Wildcats within a point of closing up set number 2. Never mind, we'll play some more. As Zumach sends it into the twine. 28-28. Hawaii winning the first set, 25-19. And as you mentioned, this could be either a huge advantage for the Rainbow Wahine going into the intermission, up 2-0, or Kansas State can take some of the emotion and momentum of a second set win into the locker room. Here's Sasson from off the net. Fingertips of the block, caught it. Good save, Greeley. Granato from the back row. That goes long. K-State jumps ahead again.
Great one-handed save by Greeley to keep that ball alive. Granato just missing on that attack out of the pipe position.
Flowers to serve for set 2. This has become repetitive. Iosia, bump set to Greeley. Was there a touch? No touch, misses wide, point Kansas State, and they win a wild second set, 30-28. So we are tied at 1 set apiece. Get comfy. We may be here for a while.
Really is fairly even, but the Wildcats hitting 253 to Hawaii's 213. That's a concern for Hawaii again in night number 2 here, trying to get the offense on track. Look at those service aces of Hawaii with 5 to K-State's 2.
Now you made it a point, Chris, prior to the end of that second set to really stress the importance of it because of what it would mean for the pendulum of momentum. to lose a second set in that way for Hawaii. How deflating is that in your mind?
I think it's very deflating to go in, you know, now to come out of the intermission with 1-1 instead of being up 2-0. That's a huge difference. My guess, though, is that Dave Shoji has said something to inspire them here in the intermission and get them going in. Looks like he's going with a new setter with Iosia.
Yeah, Dave Shoji sticking with Noreen Iosia to start this third set. Your thoughts on that decision?
Well, you know, I kind of agree with Ryan Tsuji in that if the left sides for K-State continue to have a big night, he might consider going a 6-2 and keeping the setters out of the front row and let they each play back row only. We'll see.
So 0 serving 0 here to start off this third set, and Hawaii able to receive the gifted first point. Macy Flowers sending that one into the net. Another advantage of that potential 6-2. Not like we're trying to armchair quarterback this too much, but you get both of them to serve. And those are the kind of things that can happen when these two setters serve for Hawaii.
And right now, they're Hawaii's two best servers. At least they're the two biggest point scorers with their aces.
Noreen Iosia. That's her 4th service ace of the match. Middle set, and that's Reininger. Got blocked back. Bump set now goes outside to Sasson, dug up in the back row by Kahakai. Kelsch takes on the set, goes to Granado. The dig there by Kober. Right side, and Vogel puts it down. What do you think about that middle portion of the sequence where you had Kelsch and Iosia sort of converging on that second touch?
Well, the good news is they're two setters. They're going to be setting. I like them both being aggressive, and Kelsch put up a nice set for Granado there.
I guess you got to lose some of those instincts if you're Kendra Kelsch, right?
Exactly.
Brenna Vogel with the serve. On one knee, the pass by Kahakai. Middle set to Burns, dug up back over the net. Chance for Hawaii. Iosia goes right side. Granado, the block was late, and she took advantage.
Iosia gave her hitter almost a one-on-one. At least gave her a nice split block, and Granado converted.
3 serving 1. 9 kills for McKenna Granado. Slide. Reininger plays the block to her advantage.
Interesting that Katie Brand, K-State setter, has chosen to go a lot on the right side now. She knows she was very left side dominated there in the second set, so I think she's trying to balance things out right now and keep Hawaii's blockers honest.
Sasson with the serve forces the overpass by Greeley. Slide again, Reininger, but this time Greeley quickly atones for the overpass, coming up with the roof.
They picked on Greeley there. Greeley's one of Hawaii's better passers. They picked on her, got an overpass. Here Greeley makes up for that overpass with a block solo.
Service error, though, for Savannah Kahakai following that play. It's been this kind of match throughout. We have just seen it swing back and forth. We have inched through each set.
Each team trying to find their identity a little bit.
3 serving 4. Iosia goes middle to Maggs. It's dug up tight to the net. Little joust at the net. Kept alive by Kelsch. Bump set to Greeley. That was dug up by Brooke Sasson. And the second touch dump shot by Katie Brand works. Katie Brand, a lot of experience over there. One of the senior setters in this tournament. Entered the season 6th in the Kansas State career assists category. Played off the net by Iosia, sent over. Advantage here for the Wildcats outside, and it's Zumock again. Kansas State, you pointed it out during the intermission, Chris, they made it a point to increase the degree of difficulty on their serves, and it started to pay off late in that second set.
Yeah, very definitely. Especially Kobe served very well at the end of that second set.
Middle set, here's Maggs getting the point back for Hawaii.
If Hawaii's going to get untracked at all, they need to start passing the ball well, especially when Maglio's in the front row. Because if she's going to get set, there's a really good chance that, probably a better than 40% chance, she's going to put the ball down.
Come on, Noreen.
5 kills now for Maglio on 18 attempts. As Emma Smith sends it. Dave showed you putting his head in his hands following that one. You don't want to give away free points in a match that is so tightly contested. Outside, Greeley goes off the block. Diving save over there, nicely done by Brand. Chance now for Hawaii. Iosia back to Greeley, hard angling in. Well, it doesn't have the same ferocity that we're familiar with because of the shoulder, but she's still finding the seams.
She really knows how to hit that wrist away shot. Tight, inside the 3-meter line. Difficult shot.
See the numbers for Calais Greeley now, 5 kills, a couple of blocks, and she serves it over. Brand goes middle, and that one pumped down by Macy Flowers.
But Brand is doing anything but setting the left side right now. She's going all middle and all right. This time, great set to Flowers.
And now Kylie Zuma, who really turned it on down the stretch of that second set for Kansas State with the serve. Step out to Maglio, dug up by Zuma. Bump set, Sasson from off the net, two-handed in the air by Greeley. Iosia high and away to Granado, blasted through the block. On one knee, the save by Zumock though. Sasson again, blocked, but out. And that's another point for Kansas State. And we are seeing the reputable defenses on both sides of the net really starting to play a large role in this match. We're going to have a rotation violation called against Hawaii. And the explanation coming from Denise Hansen. Strange that we have seen some of these here tonight on night 2. We saw a crucial one in the first set of the first match tonight between Wisconsin and Arizona, and it cost Arizona perhaps the opening set. They ended up getting swept by Wisconsin and followed that up with an ace by Kylie Zumock, and Hawaii in some trouble. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. When we mentioned how crucial the ending of that second set could be to the momentum of this match, and Kansas State has taken advantage here in the early going of set 3, Chris.
They really have jumped out here on Hawaii. See if they keep it in after the timeout. They do, and they get a pass that's on the 10-foot line.
And it winds up a kill for McKenna Granado. Granado first to double digits in kills for the Rainbow Wahine. She has 10. And Emily Maglio will serve. Right side, the set to Vogel. Diving one-hand save by Mags. Granado from off the net. Sends it over. Chance here for the Wildcats. They go high and away to Sasson. That's dug up by Greeley to the net. Emma Smith pops it up. Bump set to Granado, and she'll two-hand it over. Free chance here again for K-State. Middle set goes to Flowers. Diving layout save by Smith. Granado again from off the net is able to find the floor. That was tremendous effort on the Hawaii side of the net.
And you've got to love the little wrist shot by McKenna Granado, just keeping the ball in play on a tough, high bump set that was spinning and difficult to hit.
One-hand set outside to Sasson. There's a one-hand save, Greeley. Granado again, off the block and down. McKenna Granado now with 12 kills. That sets a new career high for her. And a timeout taken by Kansas State head coach Susie Fritz. Hawaii on the come-up in the third. All right, welcome back. Time now for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. This was a few moments before the timeout. The effort by Emma Smith, the freshman, to keep it alive. Then the bump set by Maglio to Granado for what at the time was Granado's 11th kill of the match. She now has 12. That's a new career high for her. And Maglio another dig. Granado another swing. Granado another kill. And Hawaii has tied it up in the third.
Granado on fire right now.
How about the defensive work of Emily Maglio? Does the Mags of a season ago make those plays?
Probably not. I think the beach season really, where she made All-American there, really made her into a better defensive player.
That's an out ball point for Hawaii. That's a 5-0 Rainbow run. As the Rainbow Wahine now jump in front. Served by Maglio. Forces a pass tight to the net. Burns with the block. K-State still with it. Bumps it to Sasson. Mags had her forearms on it, but only for a moment. Now after serving, she'll come to the bench. Kahakai, the libero, back out there for Hawaii. Here's Macy Flowers to serve. 11 serving 11. Really with the pass. Iosia. Tight to that net, sets up Granado. Chance now for the Wildcats. Bump set to Sasson. Big wind up, but off the block, there's Greeley. Middle set to Burns. Natasha Burns. Her enthusiasm following a kill is just splendidly genuine.
She really had no approach there. She just turned and faced Iosia. And at 6'5", doesn't need much of a jump. She's got those long arms that get well over the 7'4" net.
Natasha Burns, a biology major. Outside, here's Sasson. Kelch got the touch, Burns the save. Bump set to Granado. The double block was late, but Cobra with the save in the back row. Sasson again. Hard angle and in. Brooke Sasson, the first Wildcat in the rally scoring era to pick up what is referred to by Kansas State as a double 300. She had 378 total kills and 324 total digs a season ago. Here's Granado from the opposite position. Now the step out, Reininger sniffed out by Greeley. Iosia sets up Granado. The block was up. She tried to go high hands, but there was no touch. So a point for the Wildcats. They now vault in front. Third lead change here of this third set. And this has been nail-biting. This is only night 2 of 2016. Iosia high and away. Kelch off the block. Here's Sasson again. Two-handed in the air by Greeley. Granado bump sets Kelch. And now a chance here with the advantage for the Wildcats. Sasson pushing it down the line to save Iosia. Kahakai sets up Kelch, the roll shot. And one of those long sequences at play. Sasson tried to pull the string, but she pulled it too far. I think she may have lost some footing on the Terraflex if she actually calls for someone to wipe off some moisture. Regardless, we're tied at 13 here in this third set. Hawaii playing through some early season injuries, and the concern, as you discussed earlier, Chris, the RPI. Maybe an opening night loss to the 4th-ranked team in the country in Wisconsin, not going to hurt you. But a loss to an unranked Kansas State team, those are the kinds of losses that can hurt you down the road. Kendra Kelch hurting Kansas State on that swing with what amounts to her 6th kill of the match. And just one hitting error here tonight for Kendra Kelch.
Not bad for someone who's been setting for 2 years.
Yeah.
6 kills, a couple of blocks.
But Granado sends it long. So big shocker, we're tied again.
Right now with 6 service errors to go along with 6 service aces. Thanks to 4 by Noreen Iosia.
Kahakai fields the serve. Middle set to Burns. And Noreen Iosia, we saw it last night. She seems to have a special connection with the fellow freshman on the roster. Natasha Burns, a redshirt freshman, and then her roommate, Kirsten Sibley, they had the connection going last night against Wisconsin. Oh, that's a big-time rip off the palm of Katie Reininger.
Great connection here. Look at that back set by Katie Brand. On the money. Great tempo. Perfect for Reininger.
Served by Cobra. Middle set, here's Maglio. It's dug up by Sasson. Set goes outside, but Zumach didn't get it over the top of the tape. So a point for Hawaii by default. And they lead by 1. Now Emma Smith coming in to serve. Emma Smith making her first career start tonight. 3-time indoor volleyball letter winner at Miracosta High School, 4-time letter winner in beach volleyball, and deals an ace from the deck at a very opportune time.
It's a nice floater that just sort of hops up the last second. And Sasson cannot handle it. That's enough for Susie Fritz to call a timeout.
Susie Fritz, in her 16th season, enters tonight 4 wins away from 300 for her head coaching career. She's already the winningest coach in Kansas State history, a 2-time Big 12 Coach of the Year, has led the Wildcats to 11 NCAA appearances as head coach. A Kansas native, but she's been part of the program as an assistant all the way back to 1997.
When she left her 2 children at home, they were not happy about it at all because they did make the last trip out here in 2010. But do you think her husband can handle the duties? Steve, her husband, got 4th in the decathlon in the Olympics in 1996. I think he can handle the duties.
Yeah, pretty good stuff there. Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kono. We've already seen the use of technology with the new challenge, and the officials now going back and using the replay system to determine calls. Kansas State is really an advocate and user of technology on their sideline. They're using these volleytronics, also other computer systems that actually track each rotation from Hawaii. The coaching staff prior to each huddle will go over Hawaii's rotations, find out exactly pinpointing where their hitters are attacking, and are making adjustments throughout the match. Another way that technology is impacting the game of the volleyball. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. That is a trend really across the entire sports landscape, right? The introduction of further metrics, of extended analytics. A lot of the previous generation perhaps a little resistant to the introduction of
And it all started with Billy Ball.
Right? Exactly. But it is a reality, and you see now, even coaches who have been around for a while, they start to embrace some of that technology and some of those statistics. The step out works for Macy Flowers. You'll see it. One step out to Maglio, but she's blocked. Kylie Zuma with the solo deal.
That time Karakai with a perfect pass to the net. Here's the set to the outside. Not quite high enough for Maglio to really get a hold of.
Here's Greeley. Had to just two-hand it over. Barely got it across. Now right side Vogel. High hands and down. And K-State snatches the lead here as we approach the latter stages of this 3rd set. 4th lead change.
K-State out of timeouts. Dave Shoji has 1 left. Crucial part of this 3rd set as we approach the 20s.
Greeley is dug up by Sasson. Right side Vogel pounds it down the line and in. Kansas State with a 2-point advantage. And Dave Shoji sitting on that aforementioned timeout, contemplating here. Can his team break the trend? We have seen some violent swings in momentum here in this match. And we're seeing another one right here in set 3. The serve by Brand. Pass Greeley. Hawaii needs a point. Emily Maglio delivers.
That time connection solid. The 31 set by Yosia to Maglio. Yosia doesn't set Maglio that often because Yosia has been on the B side more than the A side during fall camp. Now they're starting to work better together.
6 kills for Mags and an ill-timed out serve from Kalei Greeley. So 20 serving 18. At no point has either team been able to feel comfortable in this match. Here's Iosia, middle set to Maglio. Right there is Zumak. Here's Flowers, that's dug up by Smith. Iosia goes outside. The Granado against no blockers is dug up by Kober. Free ball coming here for Hawaii. Smith the first touch. Iosia, middle to Mags.
Oh, what great vision by Maglio. Perfect set by Iosia. Maglio saw 2 blockers up on her away shot, so she cuts it back across her body. Sees the open court. maybe her best shot of the night.
Claire Marie Anderson now coming in. One of 3 Punahou alums on the roster with the serve. Right side, here's Vogel. Good swing, but two-handed in the air by Greeley. Outside, Granato against a double block. Anderson the save. Bump set Iosia to Granato a second time. Block, but out it goes. Point for Hawaii. And we're not in yet again.
3 blockers up. Great bump set by Iosia, but Granato fearless attacking that 3-man block.
We draw even for the 11th time in this third set. Just incredible. Outside, Sasson, big windup. And she utilizes the block to her edge.
The left side players have been the bread and butter for this K-State team. We'll see if they continue to go to them down the stretch here.
21 serving 20. Here's Iosia, middle set to Burns. Caught it fat. Was there a touch? No touch. And an all-important point for Kansas State as that one puts them up 2 and forces Dave Shoji to signal for a timeout. We'll keep things right here. Dave Shoji signaling for a timeout, which actually provides them and the assistants a little bit more opportunity and time to contemplate a challenge on whether there may have been a touch on that Natasha Burns swing.
Yeah, you know, in international play, you have like 5 seconds to make the challenge. I'm not sure what the ruling is as far as how much time is allowed.
See if we can take a look at that last swing by Natasha Burns. Again, that one's sailing long. See if there's possibly a touch. It's difficult to tell. Again, you can challenge either in or out balls, a touch, a net violation, or a foot foul. And what's interesting is we were showing that replay, and Jeff Hall kind of peeking over our shoulder at the monitor, trying to see if maybe there was a reason for them to pull the green card, but I think they are going to relent on that one, knowing that there's still a lot of match to be played regardless of the outcome of this third set. But some adversity, some pressure, which in the long run will be great for some of these younger Rainbow Wahine players, but for the immediate assignment of winning here against Kansas State, will put them in a tough position. Here is Granato. It's dug up by Flowers. Bump set outside, Sasson blocked. And it's sent over by Brand. Advantage Hawaii. Outside, Granato. Huge swing, diving one-handed save though by Devin Fairfield. Another free chance for Hawaii. Iosia outside, Granato again. Just a hammer that's dug up by Brand. And that one was returned outside the antenna by Sasson. And so Hawaii finally gets the point.
I can't believe those last 2 digs by Fairfield and Brand. I mean, I'll tell you, Granato just unloaded on both of them. There's the one-handed pop-up, and Brand had one later. Amazing defense by Kansas State.
Yeah, those were crushed by Granato. The serve by Iosia goes long. .23 serving 21. Float serve goes into the back row. Kahakai with the two-hander. Here's Granato from the right side. Roofed. Brooks Sasson had that one smothered. And Kansas State now within a point of going up in this match.
Pretty good set. And a really good block by Sasson. She just pressed over, down, and into the court.
The crowd trying to urge the home team on, but they are behind the 8 ball here. Granato, the dink, blocked back. She pops it up. Iosia goes outside to Kelch. Right there is Sasson. Gets the set on the outside, hits it long. Was there a touch? No, and Hawaii gets another gasp of air here in this third set.
Hawaii was in the same position in the second set where they were up 24-22.
Granato with the serve. Step out, Reininger ends set 3. And the Wildcats jump in front 2-1. Will it go 4? Or can Hawaii push it to a 5th? The answer to that question after this. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. What do we have here, Chris?
Check out McKenna Granato. She's playing about three-quarter court. If you're going to play that deep, expecting a deep spike by the attacking team, you better be ready to know how to dive forward, give up your body, pop up the ball, keep it on your own side of the court, as Granato did just then. Granato's very deep. Now she steps forward and pops up. A lot of players do not keep that ball on their own side of the court. When they run in, there's two standing up too straight. They don't get parallel to the floor, and they end up bumping the ball over the net. That time, Granato, perfect play. And that's how it works.
Hawaii's going to have to work for a win here tonight, now down 2-1. Tightly contested second set. Kansas State took that one 30-28. This after Hawaii took the opening set 25-19, and then in that third set, Hawaii had an advantage late, but Kansas State able to turn things around. They win 25-22, so they are on the precipice of putting an end to this one. Hawaii going to try to push it to a 5th, and again, Noreen Iosia getting the start at setter here in set 4. By the way, the attendance tonight through the turnstile, by the numbers we were given, 4,745 here on night 2 of the 2016 campaign. Step out, Reininger. That's dug up by Kahakai. So Iosia bump sets it to Granato. Fairfield keeps it going for K-State. Now Sasson down the line. Kahakai two-hands it to Kelsch, who sends a freebie over K-State's way. Now Sasson, huge swing. One-hand diving save, Kahakai to no avail.
We talked about the keys to the game being the two liberos, Kober and Kahakai, through 3 sets. Kober 13 digs, Kahakai with 16. The two of them are averaging almost 5 digs per set. Those are big numbers, even on the national level.
Brooke Sasson, you saw the numbers for her, 15 kills. She has been an assassin here for Kansas State. That's the role she plays for this team. Now back to serve. Middle set, Burns is blocked. Iosia goes right side, Granato over a double block. Kober the save, step out, Reininger. Caught it fat and sends it long. Now, the thing that is difficult from an emotional standpoint for Hawaii is they have exerted so much energy in the last 2 sets, falling short in both those sets. And so it sort of starts to take on the appearance of being such a steep uphill climb for this team to force a 5th. They just have to take it segment by segment. But that's not going to help as Reininger with the roll shot on the slide.
Now that's the bad news. The good news is only they've had 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got like a dozen players that have played tonight. So if somebody looks like they might be getting emotionally flat and not playing well, Dave shows you can just next one up, get them in.
Over with the serve for Kansas State. Here's Kelsch, blocked and roofed. Kylie Zumock has put together a pretty stellar performance tonight. She's got 12 kills. That's her second block of the evening. But she has come up with plays at some of the most opportune times tonight for the Wildcats. And that's an ace from Kirsten Kober.
The ball fell between 2 veterans, Kahakai and Greeley. Unusual for the ball to fall between those 2.
The air is seeping out of the Hawaii balloon here. Well, we got an upset alert in the making here at the Stan Sheriff Center as Kansas State leads 2-1 against the 6th-ranked team in the country in the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Of course, immediately we should point out that this is not a fully staffed Rainbow Wahine roster with the injuries that we have repeatedly discussed here the last 2 nights, but still This is an opportunity at a significant victory for the Wildcats. Kendra Kelch trying to do her best to prevent that. Gets a much-needed point for the Rainbow Wahine.
Kelch, a nice job of identifying the block. He's taken her line away, one of her favorite shots, and she decided to take it cross court. And very successful.
Step out. This is Flowers through the block. Dug up by Granado. You'll see it chases down the bump set. Free chance, though, now for the Wildcats. Zumak blocked and roofed. Emily Maglio right next to Kendra Kelch. Fourth block of the evening for Mags.
Mags a nice job hustling out, getting her feet there, and then having her arms close that seam.
Just the fourth hitting error for Zumak. Here she is again. Make it 5 as she didn't get that one over the tape. So we're tied at 4. It's just been that kind of a match. No team has been able to run away and hide at any point in any of these sets. Here's Zumak. Blasts one down the line. You'll see had the dig, but Kelch ran out of room. And there we saw an example of the new rule applied here this year. Now, a season ago, Kendra Kelch could have run across the plane of the net and knocked it back to the Hawaii side to be able to continue the point. That's disallowed now. Once it basically breaks the plane of the net, it cannot be played any longer.
I wish they still had that rule.
I love that rule.
Add some excitement.
Plus, I think Kendra Kelch was going to try to kick it back, which would have been extremely fun to see. Right side, here's Zumak. Slams it down to the floor. K-State up 6-5. In fact, Kendra Kelch had the kick last night, remember, to keep a play alive.
That was a great one. There's Zumak again, not only on the left side, she's effective on the right as well. She just brings the heavy artillery, doesn't she?
Scramble play. Here's Greeley. Off the block, saves it herself. Now Maglio from the back row. What a dig by Brand. So Flowers sets up Vogel. How about the versatility of Macy Flowers? A middle hitter who plays the back row. We've seen her dig up balls. We've seen her now set one of her teammates right there with the assist. She's done a little bit of it all.
Exactly. She wasn't projected to be a starter early on.
Service error, though, from Zumak. Much needed and much obliged. Night 2 of the Chevron Rainbow Wahine Invitational. Hawaii tomorrow night will go up against Arizona out of the Pac-12. Ace delivered by Calais Greeley. We're tied at 7.
Ace number 8 for the Rainbow Wahine to go along with 8 service errors. Coaches will take that ratio any day. They'll actually take a 1-to-2 ratio, aces to errors.
That's Flowers. And she got on top of that one in a big way. And Kansas State jumps back up. Arizona awaits Hawaii, we mentioned, falling in 3 sets earlier tonight to 4th-ranked Wisconsin. So the Wildcats will be 0-2 going into the match against Hawaii. The Rainbow Wahine hope to be 1-1. A dig by Fairfield. And Freebie coming for Hawaii. But what a shot by Katie Brand. Just set it over, and nobody had it covered for Hawaii.
Katie Brand, such a veteran. The senior knows where the open spots are on the court. Brilliant play. So it makes her an All-American.
Maglio on the step out, dug up by Brand. So the back bump set from Fairfield goes to Sasson. Greeley there. The wind up by Granado, the dink covered by Brand. She had that one sniffed out. Now Sasson, dug up by Kahakai. Granado is dug up to the net by Flowers. Chance for Hawaii. Here's Granado down the line and in.
Oh, I like the play by Maglio, not trying to put the ball down on the overpass. because that ball was pretty far off the net. Had she tried to do that, there were also two blockers up there waiting to stuff her. So I like the way she put that up and let EOC run a play.
8 serving 9, Mags with the serve. Middle set, Vogel. Wildcats have shown a lot of versatility and diversity offensively.
Exactly where Vogel come from. She came from the right side in a little crossing pattern there and confused the Hawaii block. Vogel usually hits from the right. That time she swung around, ran a crossing pattern, hit it out of the middle.
They're just running their stuff now in transition. Hawaii trailing by 2. Outside Granado, roofed. Brand right next to Reininger. And the Wildcats again with a little breathing room. But this is about the maximum margin that we have seen really throughout any set.
I understand this Kansas State team had no seniors last year. They got everybody returning. And so they're very familiar with each other. And they're guided by a veteran senior setter as well. So they'll tend to be a little more smooth than with the Rainbow Wahine, who's had to adjust all those injuries.
And Kansas State putting up the wall, blocking Burns twice, and then pulling off the roof against McKenna Granado. That was a statement right there.
Big block. I think Katie Brand got most of that. 6'1" setter. All-American setter, I should say.
And you can just feel it. This is a danger zone right now for Hawaii. Down 2 sets to 1, trying to hang in there, and the block for K-State has been impenetrable the last 2 sequences. And a timeout taken by Dave Shoji. The Wildcats leaping ahead. Hawaii just trying to play catch-up. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. 6th-ranked Hawaii in a precarious situation here in the 4th set against Kansas State, trailing 13-8, already down 2 sets to 1. And the Wildcats, we mentioned, returning everybody from a season ago, a team that made it to the NCAA tournament, lost to Wichita State in the opening round, but returning 11 letter winners, including all 6 starters and the starting libero. Not to mention the return of Kylie Zumak, who was out injured all but 2 matches last year. So this is being looked upon in Manhattan as a potential payoff year for this program. And we got Taylor Higgins back in at setter, Chris, for Hawaii. Trying to go outside to Granado, who's dug up. Sasson dug up as well. Now Kirsten Sibley, we really haven't seen a whole lot of her tonight, coming off of that 44 swing performance last night. Granado, that's dug up by Fairfield. Wow, the defense by Kansas State has stepped up a few notches. Higgins again out to Granado, off the net though. So Kansas State now goes to Reininger on the slide, and she puts it down. The Wildcats are popping everything up. And when they have gone to Reininger on that step out, it has been termination time.
Not only playing great defense, but they're getting slide plays like this to have Hawaii's block a little confused, a little late. And Reininger converting with force. Great shot.
Kansas State now opening up a 6-point advantage. Outside it's Sasson, dug up by Greeley. Higgins trying to spark something. It's Sibley off the block, diving save Brand. Look at the Kansas State defense work. Greeley digs it up out of bounds. I mean, the Wildcats have protected this floor in incredible fashion the last 4 or 5 points.
Hey, here we go.
Boy, trying to match them defensively, but they can't match them offensively.
15 serving 8. Sibley got the high hands, one hand leaping save by Vogel. Sasson is roofed. Sibley standing next to Natasha Burns, and finally Hawaii breaking the run. A 6-0 Kansas State run. Finally snapped there on that roof.
Now Dave Shoji is now going to the 6-2 system. And Ryan Suji was talking about intermission, where the setter comes out of the front row, is replaced by a blocker, and the other setter goes into the back row.
You'll see it with the serve. Fairfield, perfect pass. Sasson. She came up firing, but sends it long. Kansas State wants a touch. The players urging Susie Fritz to pull up the green card, and she will. They will challenge this one. And that will be the third challenge for Susie Fritz. She's 2 for 2. So we'll see if she can maintain the strong percentage here, as Denise Hansen will take a look-see. You mentioned the 6-2 for Hawaii, with the 2 setters each playing in the back. How difficult a prospect is that for Hawaii, being that they haven't necessarily practiced or worked on them?
You know, I don't think it'll be that difficult for them. I think what it will do is it'll provide a much bigger front line, that's for sure. I don't see any fingers bending back there, by the way, on the touch call that Susie Fritz wants. I think this will show best, probably. I don't see any touches there. You usually see on the replay, you'll normally see a finger bend back, but I don't see one there.
The initial call was no touch and an out ball, but immediately the Kansas State players urging the Wildcats bench to challenge the call. Now, it can end a multitude of ways. It can either be overturned, it can be upheld, or they can replay the point if it's found to be inconclusive. What say you, Mr. McLaughlin?
I think it's no touch. I don't see any fingers being bent back. You usually see that. It's pretty obvious. Maybe Kelsch got a little bit of it there with her right hand. That might be a play. We'll see. I don't know if that's enough evidence that's overwhelming to overturn the call.
And here we go. Denise Hansen with the verdict. And no touch. Wasn't able to see enough to overturn the call. 10 serving, 15. Iosia gonna bust out a tough one. Good pass by Fairfield. Step out Reininger, dug up by Iosia. Granato saw it trickle to the floor.
Iosia makes a great dig here off an attack by Reininger. There's a nice set from Kahakai that Granato keeps in play.
Step out, Reininger the dink. Pushed back over by Burns. Bump set goes outside. Sasson the swing. Greeley got it. Now Iosia going cross court. Granato had to just two-hand it over. Advantage Cats. Sasson finishes the deal. 16-11 Kansas State.
Once again, the quick, fast tempo set to the outside to Sasson by Brand. Brand is rarely off location. Notice that the ball is just perfectly set to the right spot every time.
We have seen some top-notch setting in this tournament to start the 2016 campaign as Granato goes off the block and down. That's kill number 17 for McKenna Granato. And that is attempt, Chris, number 61.
That's a lot of swings. That's like Sibley did last night.
Good dig there by Granato on the swing by Zumak. Greeley goes high hands. Step out, Reininger, the dink works again. I mean, there has been a chasm in the middle of that Hawaii defense at times on that slide.
Smiles all around on the Kansas State bench on that shot. A well-chosen one by Reininger.
So here's Cobra with the serve. Middle set to Burns, missed it wide, point K-State. No timeouts at the disposal of Dave Shoji, so they're just gonna have to ride this out. Hawaii losing last night to Wisconsin in 4, first season opening loss since 2008. In danger of going down 0-2 for the first time since 2005 to start the season. Granato from the back row. What a dig, Kober. Zumak is blocked. Gets the set from Flowers. Hard angle, misses wide.
I'll tell you, some of Granato's best hits tonight have not turned into kills at all, but spectacular digs by Kansas State.
So you have to go back to 2005, the last time Hawaii started a season 0-2. They took part in the AVCA showcase in Omaha. As Mags unable to put it down in the middle. Another fantastic bit of defense by Kansas State. Outside it goes. Greeley, high hands. Diving save, Kober. Put over on the second touch by Brand. Greeley will get a swing. You'll see it tried to catch K-State off guard, but a great save by Vogel. Into the net it goes by Zuma. And Hawaii winning a battle of wills on that play. But again, going back to 2005, in Omaha, Hawaii going up against Nebraska and Penn State, losing both those matches. And remember, at the time, Nebraska was still in the Big 12, and Penn State was a Big 10 team. And so you look at how it played out here in this tournament. Last night, a Big 10 opponent in Wisconsin, Big 12 opponent in Kansas State. Our fine statistician, Pakalani Bello, providing that little tidbit there. But it's not over yet, we shall also add. Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji.
Well, the two members of the Hawaii coaching staff really getting involved here in the fourth set. Tom Pestalacci trying to help to encourage the team to stay together, and Lindsey Berg really trying to get this team going, trying to showcase her passion that she once had. She told the team flat out, this set is the most important set of our season. It will hurt us down the line if we don't win. She said, we're going to come back, we're going to win this fourth set, and we're going to win the fifth. A lot of passion from the two new coaches on the Hawaii sideline. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Yeah, a great piece in Game On about Lindsey Berg and that competitive fire that she brings to the table that was so readily apparent in her playing career. Of course, playing in 3 Olympics, 2-time silver medalist out of Punahou, played her collegiate ball in the Big 10 at Minnesota, but played for many years overseas, professionally. And you just see the facial expressions. I mean, she is all about business.
She does not like to lose, let me tell you that. I'm not sure we have 5,000 people here tonight, roughly. I'm not sure anybody wants to win this match more than Lindsey Berg. She works hard in training her players, and as does Tom Pestalacci.
And that's what's amazing, is the addition of those two new faces, quote unquote, Lindsey Berg and Tom Pestalacci. Berg, the hard-edged, competitive personality, and Pesto, who's just, you know, he knows his volleyball, and he certainly wants to win, but just kind of goes about it in a little bit more of a laid-back manner, as you see the slide work for Macy Flowers.
That slide has really worked well for Kansas State. Time and time again, making it tough on Hawaii's middle blockers to be stretched out to each antenna.
Here's Mags. Much needed for the Rainbow Wahine. 8th kill for Emily Maglio. 28 attempts for her. The way things are going, she's going to be receiving a lot of sets here in the early portion of the season.
Any kind of good pass right now in the front row, I guarantee you, she's going to see the ball. There's a 6-2 substitution again right now. Taylor Higgins getting a good serve up.
Vogel hits it into the net. Hawaii gets the point. 16 serving 19. The Rainbow Wahine trying to forge a response here to keep themselves in this match. Good serve. A little pitter-patter at the net. Now Vogel, off-speeder worked.
Did not see that coming. I thought Vogel would go up and crank it. And a nice little off-speed shot that sort of trickled through the block.
3 players now in double digits for Kansas State in kills. Sasson 17, Zumock 14, Vogel 10. Outside, here's Sasson off the block, played by Greeley. Higgs trying to go cross-court. Sibley forced to just dink it over. Bump set goes right side. Here's Vogel over the double block, two-handed in the air by Higgins. So Kahakai sets up Greeley down the line and in. I mean, you talk about gutsy performances. This is a Kalei Greeley playing through pain and discomfort in that right shoulder, which is still not 100%. There's Vogel. Double block was late. She took advantage. Kansas State running some nifty transitional sets.
They really are. You know, I'll tell you, Katie Brand is one great setter. She's so deceptive. Holds her hands high. Can't tell which way she's going to go. Gets all of her hitters involved in the offense.
And Macy Flowers delivers an ace. Dave showed you with no timeouts can only sit and watch. Hawaii trailing by a handful. Already down 2 sets to 1. Granato over the double block. Dug up by Brand. And Brand will set it over. Middle set to Maglio. There's Brand again. Vogel found the open floor.
Everything going Kansas State's way. Smart play by Vogel to go to the open spot. She saw the off blocker coming over to get the tip behind the block. Just left that area open.
Right side. And Sibley delivers a much-needed point for Hawaii. You talk about this Kansas State team. Preseason pick to finish 6th in the Big 12. This is despite the fact that they have all those returnees, all of that senior leadership. They finished in a tie for 4th in the Big 12. Their best finish since 2011 last year.
The All-American center, Brand.
And so I asked Susie Fritz, do you feel like it's a challenge, like you're fighting for respect in that conference? She says, no, I don't really mind it. We're fine where we're at. We know what we are. And what they are is a pretty darn good team. Reininger dug up. Here's Granato against the double block. Keeping Hawaii afloat. The numbers are eye-popping here for McKenna Granato, Chris. 18 kills, 64 swings.
Amazing.
Tatiana Ponce with the serve for Hawaii. And going off the block and down is Brooke Sasson. That's kill number 18 for her. And it is aloha ball for the match for Kansas State.
3 players in double figures for Kansas State. Sasson, Zumock, and Vogel. 17, 14, and 12 kills respectively. Well-distributed offense by Katie Brand.
Wildcats on the brink of knocking off the 6th-ranked team in the country. Granato through the block and down. And they're not done yet. 19th kill for McKenna Granato. Continues to build on her career performance. Previous career high was 9. Noreen Iosia to serve for Hawaii. Good pass, Fairfield. Put over on the second touch. Iosia had it sniffed out. Granato the swing, blocked and roofed. And this one is over. Kansas State pulls off the upset in 4 sets after dropping the opening frame. The Wildcats winning 3 in a row.
Well, a team with more returnees, more of their offense returning, played a little bit better defense tonight, and that young lady right there, Katie Brand, really brought her whole team together. She was the glue with that team, and she's really fun to watch. And you got to give a lot of credit to Kansas State's defense. They come up time and again with big-time digs.
Hawaii 0-2 to start the season for the first time since 2005. Scott Robbs is with Dave Shoji. Scott.
Thanks, Canal. Well, Dave, I think you realized it was going to be difficult without a number of your starters in the lineup. Has it been a little bit more difficult than you anticipated?
Well, it's a good team we played tonight. They played great defense, and I thought our girls played well at times, but yeah, I mean, we miss obviously Nikki and Annie, but we're going to be a good team, so I hope people don't give up on us. We'll get them back maybe Nikki next week, but I thought our kids played hard, and they're doing the best we can.
Tomorrow you got an afternoon game against Arizona. How do you get your girls ready for that?
Well, it's going to be tough because it's late already, and we played hard for 2 nights, but so have they. So we'll be in the same boat. But it'll be tough to get back up, but we got to do it because it's a really important match for us.
All right, Coach, thanks.
All right, Scott.
Good on, Chris. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Katie Brand was sensational at the setter position for Kansas State. You see the numbers across the line. Look at the 21 digs to go along with the 49 assists, 4 kills, and 7 blocks. And Calais Greeley gutting it out despite the discomfort in the shoulder. 6 kills, hitting 278, a couple of blocks, and 18 digs. And we should also point out Savannah Kahakai, 2 shy of her career high, which she tied last night of 23 digs. She had 21 tonight. So, Dave Shoji, again, mentioning the injured players. How do you balance the disappointment of a loss with the encouragement and excitement of the fact that, hey, look, this isn't even close to the final product of what this team is going to eventually be?
Absolutely. I think he said it right. He said we're trying hard out there. Everybody's giving it their best shot. We're going to be a good team. Fans, please don't give up on us. I like the way he said that, because the players do need all the support they can get this time. At this time, they're going through all these lineup changes and they played 3 different lineups in major lineup changes in 2 nights. You know, they went to the non-traditional, then they went to traditional, then they went to 6-2 tonight. So a lot of different things going on, a lot of tough adjustments going on. And you're right, they're going to get better as time goes on, and it'll be a different team when Nikki Taylor gets back, that's for sure.
So what can this coaching staff here going forward? And tomorrow they have to once again take the floor in an earlier match, 5 p.m. start time against Arizona, also off to an 0-2 start. Battle of the veteran Dave coaches, right? Dave Shoji and Dave Rubio. But what can the expectation level now be from this Hawaii coaching staff for this shorthanded team? Can they expect and urge them to play better than what we've seen here in the first 2 nights?
Oh, very definitely. And I think, you know who's going to urge them to really play well? Lindsey Bird.
I would imagine so.
You know, they can play better, and they all know it. They'll watch the film, they'll see what their shortcomings were, and they'll come out and be a better team tomorrow night than they were tonight. I think they were a better team tonight than they were last night, even though the scores might not show it. I thought they improved in a lot of different ways, and I think as time goes on, this team's just going to get better and better and better, but they're going to take their lumps in the preseason.
Yeah, maybe the most difficult part is just surviving the frustration of knowing, hey, look, we are not in a position to be at full capacity and put our best team and thus best effort forward out there on the floor. But that's the reality of the situation, and so it is a waiting game for this Rainbow Wahine squad. Back at it tomorrow against the Wildcats of Arizona. That'll do it for us. Don't forget about the post-game show. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Aloha, Hawaii, falling in 4 to Kansas State.